Hey everyone, Lone Wolf Jedi here, and this is going to be another movie review. This one's going to be on Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. This is probably going to be my last movie review of this summer. I'm probably going to do like a summer movie, in general, summer movie review retrospect video soon, because I don't really plan on seeing any of the other movies that are coming out later this summer. But anyway, let's get on with this review. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen was made by Paramount Pictures and DreamWorks. It is directed by Michael Bay and is produced by Steven Spielberg. It stars pretty much the same people as the first movie. That includes Shia LaBeouf, Megan Fox. Well, Shia LaBeouf is Sam Witwicky. Megan Fox as Michaela Baines, or Barnes, I don't remember, but that's the name. And Josh Duhamel as Colonel William Lennox. And of course, the big stars of the movie which are the Autobots. And of course, their voices pretty much the Transformers themselves, both the Autobots and Decepticons. Their voices come back. But one of the new ones that was some of the new ones that were introduced include three motorcycles, the RC group. Then there's the twins, Skids and Mudflap. There's also Sideswipe. Let's see, continuing on here. One of the newer Decepticons is Soundwave, which when I was seeing it, it was actually, the voice was done by Frank Welker, who was the original voice of Megatron in the original animated series. Continuing, let's see, another one of the newer Decepticons, which he was a Decepticon. They switched to being an Autobot, was an old one known as Jetfire. Now the story basically is, the Autobots are back to wage their war against the Decepticons, but this time they're confronted by one that is known as the Fallen. And basically, the Fallen was actually the original Decepticon. It was one of the Cybertronians known as the Primes, but the Primes, and basically what they did was they went around to different worlds and harvested energon, which is the lifeblood of the Cybertronian race. And one of the rules was to not harvest the energon from a planet that had life. Well, one Prime wanted to do that. He wanted to harvest energon from a planet that had life, and that's why they called him the Fallen. Okay, that's the basic story of Revenge of the Fallen. There are many different other stories, but I'm not going to get into that. Now for my personal views of this movie. A lot of people have had very negative reviews of this. Matter of fact, the critics have said it stinks. Matter of fact, Rotten Tomatoes, RottenTomatoes.com has said, "Oh, this movie is just horrible." Matter of fact, they list it as Michael Bay's worst reviewed movie ever. The previous one being Pearl Harbor. But I've got that was just a totally different movie. The reason why that movie was, in my opinion, was bad was a totally different reason that they give for that. But that's not. I'm not doing Pearl Harbor. I'm doing Transformers. So what I think about it is, it's the stereotypical second movie of a movie franchise. I mean, most second movies have been kind of dark, and in most of them, the enemy pretty much gets the upper hand throughout the entire movie. But the heroes end up either winning or barely escaping with their lives. In this case, well, the heroes end up winning and the enemy barely escapes. Let's see here. But now, like I said, my opinion on this film is it is the second best movie of this summer. The best, of course, being Star Trek. Anyway, that's basically what I have to say about Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. Like I said, it is a pretty good movie. I wouldn't say it was excellent. I wouldn't say it was great. I would say it was pretty good. Let's see here. Some of the other aspects of this movie were the graphics were, as usual, as with the first one, really well done. The acting was okay. The writing, it could have been better. Honestly, it really could have been better. But actually, one of the things I did like about this is the music. The composer centered most of the music around the main song of the movie. The main song, of course, being a new song by Linkin Park known as New Divide. And I was giving you a little taste of it here at the beginning. I'll also be giving you a little taste of it at the end. Hopefully, I'll be allowed to use it. But yeah, New Divide is the new song, and like I said, the composer centered most of the music around that song right there. I mean, when you see some of the battle scenes, some of the transformation scenes, excuse me, you hear that the music that's similar to that opening bit of New Divide. That's just like, to me, that was just like, oh, this is gonna be a real cool part. So all in all, like I said, Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, in my opinion, was the second best movie this summer. I don't really plan on seeing any others. I don't plan on seeing Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. I also don't plan on seeing the apparent piece of crap known as G.I. Joe. Because I've seen commercials for it. It, to me, looks pretty terrible. And Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, I got burnt out on Harry Potter after Prisoner of Azkaban. But that's me. I never really liked any. I mean, granted, I like J.K. Rowling for turning kids onto books and the fact that they actually made a movie series on that. But actually, that's a different discussion for a different day. Would I recommend Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen? Yes, I would. Would I recommend buying it on DVD when it comes out? If you want to have a collection of the Transformers movies, yes. However, otherwise, I would have to say it's rental material. Mostly. So, like I said, good movie. If you would like to see it, go ahead. If not, oh well. Well, the thing I like to say about critics and other people, I'm not the kind of person who likes to listen to what other people have to say about movies. I'll see, if the movie looks good to me, I'll see it. Plain and simple. All right. Lone Wolf Jedi saying, as always, please rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you, and have a nice day.